Happy Halloween, my creative cosmonauts! 'Tis the first Halloween episode!
It's a lot of smoke. Are you ready for a spooktacular show?
Let's boo this! Today's episode is about the most terrifying, soul-sucking, overwhelming job in the industry. Editing! Yeah. Now in film, it can be a painstaking process. Seriously, I mean, my editor can tell you.
Yep.
But the end result is magnificent. Back in the old days, or should I say 30 years ago, film editors and film directors pieced movies together from 1,000 freaking feet or more of film, working frame by frame to ensure quality and continuity. It should be noted that back in the days, the 4 stages of editing feature films was logging, first assembly, rough cut, and final cut. Now, while there's some actual analog film cutting that happens still to this day, the majority of film editing takes place digitally through different video editing software. Adobe Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, Advid Media Compressor, and DaVinci Resolve, which my amazing editor used. So back then there was 4 stages, and now it's kind of like the 5 basic steps. Step 1, organize your footage. That's super important. Put it all together, organize it. Step 2, assembly cut, AKA first rough cut. Pretty good. Step 3, inserts.
And that's him putting the finished film onto the telecine machine.
Close-ups, cutaways. And transitions, like these. My editor was something with that. Step 4, fine-tuning. Step 5, cleanup. Writer and filmmaker David Andrew Stoller once said, "There's always a gold to be found in the very unlikely places. Watch every single thing from beginning to end because you'll never know." But before we check that out, it's time for...
From Boom Studios and from the creators of Something is Killing the Children comes House of Slaughter. Before Erica Slaughter's handler and rival donned the black mask, Erin was a teenager training within the House of Slaughter. Surviving within the school is tough enough, but it gets even more complicated when Erin falls for a mysterious boy who's destined to be his competition. Discover the inner workings of the mysterious House of Slaughter in this new horror series exploring the secret history of the order that forged Erica Slaughter into the monster hunter she is today. Find yourself a copy at your local comic book store, or go to boomstudios.com to pick up a digital copy.
That is amazing comic book. I had the pleasure of reading it. I own a copy. Whew, House of Slaughter. So good. So is Something Killing Children. Highly recommended. Go to Boom Studios and check that out. Check out this interview with my amazing friend, JT Tally Smith, in front of an awesome house from a horror classic.
In the original 1978 horror classic Halloween, Michael Myers, as a child, killed his teenage sister. What was her name? A. Mary Beth, B. Lori, C. Elizabeth, or D. Judith? Stay tuned for the answer after the interview.
JT, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. So this is Halloween Town.
Oh, this is Haddonfield.
This is Haddonfield.
This is South Pasadena, where they filmed the very first 1978 Halloween movie.
Beautiful. And this behind us?
This house was Laurie Strode's house in the movie. The interior, the exterior. Jamie Lee Curtis, that's where, right on this stoop behind us, that's where she sat, waiting for Annie to come pick her up, to take her to their babysitting jobs.
Oh my God, it's so amazing.
Yeah.
Let's start with like, where did you like horror flicks? I know you like horror flicks. So how'd you get into that?
Since I was a little kid, my mom loves horror movies, and yeah, we sort of was raised watching them. A lot of nerd movies too, Star Wars and things. Star Wars is what got me into cosplay.
Nice.
I remember being about 4 years old and seeing Halloween on TV. I think I just likened that to the holiday of Halloween. So it was always like, you hear that theme music and it's supposed to be scary, but for me it's like, oh, candy time, trick-or-treating, and it just, became my sort of warm, fuzzy, happy place.
From there, how did you get into editing?
Iron Man.
Ooh.
I've always wanted to be in the film industry. My uncle is a cameraman, runs IMAX cameras and stuff, and I thought I wanted to be a director. I wasn't really sure. So I made my own films in school, like in high school, and found the editing was the best part. That was my favorite part. I didn't have to deal with anyone. I could just sit at my computer and make the magic happen. And then it was in college, I went to a movie. I don't remember what I was seeing, but they played the first trailer for the first Iron Man film. And that was the first time it struck me that, like, that is the fun, fast, fancy editing. You know, people get paid just to make those. Yeah. Instead of, the whole long, drawn-out thing. And so that's what I decided I really wanted to do. I've been able to work on the new Halloween movies, the new Scream movies. I've worked on many Marvel films.
Oh, wow.
The Winter Soldier, the first Guardians of the Galaxy. Those were mostly as assistant editorial. So I got to go through like all the dailies and stuff as we got it, be the first person to see everything and then not be able to talk about it.
Right, that's gotta be a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Oh, I knew who the killer in Scream 5 was for over a year.
Oh,
that's insane.
That is torture,
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you learned from editing, like as a person? Like how's it helped you?
Well, I mean, this career is, I don't want to say my life because that's lame, but I absolutely love what I do. It's trained me to become a very patient person, much more organized. You know what? I'm much better with deadlines than I was in high school. Much better with deadlines.
Nice.
I know how to budget my time. I know, how long will it take me to do this thing? And then I can actually plan like, cool, I can just mess around for an afternoon, who cares? Because I know I can finish it then. Or like, I know I can finish this now and then I have the rest of the day. Like, managing time, I think, is really important in so many different aspects of your life.
Time management.
And
definitely a thing.
Has helped.
If you had any advice to people out there trying to get into editing, you said Adobe to start off with, right?
Adobe's good, yeah.
What would be your advice to them?
First of all, figure out what kind of editing you want to do, because as I said, there isn't as much overlap as you would think. I don't know many people that go into the marketing that then go into like full-length features or episodics. But yeah, I mean, the best thing to do is be ready to be a receptionist or be a runner. Work from the ground up, go to all these places, cut in your own time as much as you can so that you have your reel, something that you can show, oh, I know how to put together a story, but be willing to start at the bottom. That's how I had to do it. I made a fake trailer for Marvel's Civil War. So the only MCU character was Robert Downey Jr. Captain America wasn't even casted yet, but I made a teaser and an extended trailer, put it on a disc, and just went to like all the trailer houses I could get to. And obviously, I look at that now and it's like, oh, this is terrible. Terrible.
Right.
But what they saw is, this person knows how to tell a story in a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Which is what you need for trailers specifically. But I didn't have a big ego about it. I was like, cool, I can do this, but I'm a receptionist. And that's, and you just keep working at it, you'll move up.
Did you ever thought like 10, 20 years ago that you'd be where you're at right now?
It's wild. It's funny you say that. Just this yesterday, I was at work working on, you know, Adobe Premiere, doing all the crazy keyframes and making shapes out of my footage and stuff with the producer behind me. And I have this flashback of being in high school, working on Sony Vegas. That's what I did.
Sony Vegas.
Sony Vegas.
Whoa.
And just sitting in the corner of my house, you know, little emo teenager, happy as can be, making fan videos, making advertisements for people's fan fiction.
Oh, wow.
And now this is what I'm doing to get paid. It's pretty cool. It's very exciting.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
As other parts of the industry, like, you know, filming, directing, whatnot, become more diverse lately, what about the world of editing? Is it dominantly males, or?
I would say it's actually about the same. It is very male dominated, but it's getting better. It has been the past 13 years that I've been in the industry. It has definitely changed. There is a lot more women. There are now communities of women in the industry. Did you know that Quentin Tarantino's top editor for all of his movies is a woman, Sally Menke?
No way.
She did all the Kill Bill movies. So, and I mean, the editing on those films is
Well, that's
trippy and fun.
trippy, and you got to think of the mind of Quentin Tarantino, because he does the backwards process thingamajigger, whatever, which I love. But no, that's crazy.
Yeah, Sally Menke, she's amazing.
Sally Menke, the bomb. Thank you.
I think that the industry, especially being an editor, we are a bunch of nerds. We are mole people that live in our windowless rooms and are just on our computers all day. It is a pretty welcoming community, and I think anyone that wants to get into it, just get out there and start meeting people. That's literally how I did it. I just started walking into the trailer houses, introduced myself, here's what I can do. I think people will be surprised at how nice and welcoming most people are.
She basically walked in and was like, hey,
No.
kicked down the door. It's like, my name is JT, okay? This is my skills. Put me on something now.
And it worked.
And it worked. Anybody can be a filmmaker, can act and whatnot, but we need somebody to put the ideas together. Thank you so much. Sweet. Nice.
In the original 1978 horror classic Halloween, Michael Myers, as a child, killed his teenage sister. What was her name? A. Mary Beth, B. Laurie, C. Elizabeth, or D. Judith? And the answer is D. Judith.
Woo! Please show JT some love and support on all of her socials. You can also check out her new horror movie live stream. Go to Instagram and type in That Fangoria and click her link tree and support all of her endeavors. They're amazing. Become a Cosmonaut Patreon member for exclusive stuff. Find the show on Spotify for On The Go and Instagram to stay connected. You can also help by using the promo code Cosmo to get 10% off a purchase at w.gg and get an amazing energy drink supplement for your everyday multitasking cosplay life. It's good, delicious. The proceed goes to us so we can take you places and whatnot, not just inside of LA, but like other places, you know. Drink it, it's good. Make good decisions, scare the hell out of a friend. And remember, the world can be an evil, horrible place if you don't have. Hold on. Gasoline! Happy Halloween. Oh crap, that was my editor. Thanks for watching and subscribing. You guys are the best. Oh, check out this clip next, huh? Yeah. Or that one. I mean, check them both out while you're at it. Why not?